Today we are Joe Gibbs Racing. One of the main reasons why I started this channel in the first place was stuff like this that is throughout the area. And what I just witnessed today, I may be a Denny Hamlin fan after watching this today. So stay tuned. Make sure you stay tuned till the end, because you're gonna hear Joe Gibbs and Denny Hamlin talk about his win at Dover this past weekend. So what a day. This is awesome. Here is Denny Hamlin's Daytona 500 winner. I think it's 2019, I think the sign says there. Just love that you still got the confetti on top of it. That's awesome. Right over there is the viewing area where they work on the cars. We'll take a look at that. Oh, how awesome is this trophy? That is great. NASCAR's got the coolest trophies. Here's a look inside. They're working on the cars.
I did Trackhouse, RFK, Hendrick, and then a few here, 2311. That's probably a lot of time before I did. But I got a whole week, so.
There's old Kyle Busch's M&M suit.
Their upper deck was closed till 2. So, yeah, I don't know. So I only got to see the couple cars in the bottom and shoot chemicals on.
And let's see what they got in the gift shop. Ooh, that looks awesome. How cool is that? You can buy some windshields for $300. Seems like a pretty good deal. Now their gift shop, we've been to quite a few different race car shops, and none of them have sold like pieces of the cars like this. This is fantastic. Look at all this. Take a piece of the car home with you? That is incredible. Your rear bumper for $400. Right nose for $400.
Let me know if you have any questions, okay?
All right, thank you.
Just to let you know, I am going to be closing in about 10 minutes. You've been here before for them, right? Yeah, I recognize you, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So a cool story about Joe Gibbs. Me and my wife, we were at a Starbucks here in Huntersville. Walked in, I had a Dallas Cowboys shirt on because my wife is a big Dallas Cowboys fan. and a man stopped me to say something about my shirt, and lo and behold, it was Joe Gibbs himself. So him and I talked for a few minutes, and he was awesome, just the nicest person. And yeah, it was super cool to meet him in person. So on another personal note, my grandpa was a big Redskins fan during Joe Gibbs' heyday when he was coaching the Redskins. So it's just cool to be able to see all the fun Redskins memorabilia stuff and see Joe Gibbs and just get some of those memories back of my grandpa. So Kyle Busch and his wife Samantha Busch, they have a charity called Bundle of Joy, and because of Bundle of Joy, my wife and I have our daughter Evelyn. So Bundle of Joy helps people who struggle with having children, and yeah, so without their help, there probably would be no Evelyn. So we have a special place for the Bushes in our heart.
Celebrate hanging another banner, but also to just thank everybody, because it takes everybody. I wanted to spend a little extra time on this race because I thought it was an unusual test of racing, NASCAR. Okay, so let me point out a couple of things. Number one, we get to the racetrack, think we're gonna have time for practice, qualifying, and it all gets rained out. Now we're on a tire that nobody really understands, so we're our crew chiefs and everybody, the drivers that have been in sim and everything else. We were putting the setup on there, but obviously we've never run that tire. We had no idea we were counting on practice. So first of all, just want to say the preparation, everything getting to the racetrack, and then our crew chiefs making the decisions and everything that they did, and the engineering group and everybody that goes with that, huge deal. And so we come back the next day, and the other thing, I was just talking to Spider and a couple of them, think about this as a driver, okay? You're on a new tire. You have no practice. You're at probably one of the fastest racetracks that we have. I'm telling you, those guys sailed that thing off into one. You talk about taking guts. So to Denny and the whole crew there, all of our drivers, I gave a big thumbs up because I'm not sure that, I certainly would put myself in this category. I wouldn't have done it. So anyway, but all then during the race, the other thing that happens, you guys know, it was kind of back and forth. All four of our cars really fast. But then there was a rain session in there that obviously it was just a few drops, really. And when they called that caution, it threw everything up in the air. Again, our crew chiefs, the decisions that were made, and everything that took place at that point completely turned that race kind of upside down. All four of our cars, super fast, at a place, no practice. And that's a tribute to everybody here, everybody at the racetrack. And so I just wanted to take time to say, I thought it was an unusual test. All four of our cars. The 20 was up front. Christopher had a couple of issues there. Everybody else, everybody, all four cars, super fast. And I felt like it was a real tribute to our race team. Just want to thank everybody here. You go to the racetrack like that, knowing that all you guys do in preparing the cars, okay, everybody in the front office, about getting us to the racetrack, everybody working together. It's just great to be a part of this. And I just appreciate each and every one of you. And I gotta tell you, it's kind of a special year we got going. And of course, special for the guy behind me, 58 banners up there on that wall. That's not bad. And so appreciate Denny and everything that wound up happening in Dover this week. So thank you, Denny. Appreciate it, man.
It was encouraging, like from the weekend. Oh, you forgot one thing. Hold on.
Hey, I forgot one thing. Our pit crews, probably the best day that they've had as a group. Okay, all four of them. Awesome. Matter of fact, I think we're going to be all in the top 5 or 6 for yesterday. Terrific day for those guys. That's a lot of hard work. If you guys remember 2 years ago, kind of where we are, all the work and effort that's gone into those guys. I got to tell you, the coaches, everybody there, a great job. So I didn't want to leave out our pit crews. They were after.
Yeah, it's kind of where I was going with it, is that, you know, when we were up front there, you look around and it was like, well, all the teammates were there. So obviously, you know, someone did something right here within this race shop and predicting, you know, what we were going to have there at that racetrack with this new tire. We all have different setups, but when you see an organization all running towards up front, and you got different setups, that means organizationally you've done something right. So that should have been definitely a proud moment for everyone here at JGR to know that you've got 4 guys that can contend for a win here on any given day. So that part was encouraging. You know, I think it was a great call by my team to have the guts to make the calls they did. I think probably some of this stemmed from an earlier conversation we had early in the year. I believe I was talking to Gail, and we had some sort of race where, I don't know, it was a conservative strategy, and I reminded them, at my age, I don't want to run good. I want to win. So do whatever we have to do to win. Take those kind of risks. And they definitely took that to heart. Him and Ryan and the whole team just did a great job, you know, trusting me out there with the old tires. That once we control the race, they felt confident that we were going to be able to hold that. So hats off to them, and certainly allow me the opportunity to do it. You know, that was a key part of it, is making that strategic call with 60-some laps to go, and then obviously at the end battling some teammates. So all fun. It was certainly a lot more exciting than I wanted it to be at times at the end of that race, but it's very gratifying. You know, I know when we go back to the bus with 13 laps to go, and I'm thinking about this, I know we're not pitting. You know, at that point I'm thinking, okay, we're gonna go racing, so I need to figure out what I have to do to win this race. You know, I know I'm gonna be at a deficit with people around me. I have the oldest tires of anyone in the field. What are the things that I can do to execute to get this done? And at best, it's still a 50-50 proposition. You know, there's lots of variables that can happen. We're gonna do with 13 laps to go for that rain anyway. So thank everyone here for their participation in that. Thank you for continuing to bring me great cars every week and continuing to be able to hang these banners. So thank you. Yeah.
Just, we talked about all of our crew chiefs really made some, I think, great decisions. Chris, thanks, man. Appreciate that. Engineering group, everybody on that team. It takes a total effort by everybody to win something like that. It was really, really hard fought. I mean, the Hendrick guys were up there. We were up there. That was a battle.